What's up, guys? And we are back. We're here at the copper towers. We have to increase our cable production, we have to increase our cable production, so we need to increase the wire a little bit. So that's all we're doing here really quick. It has been a trip so far. We have done a lot, it feels like, but not a lot at the same time. I expected to be bigger at this point, but you know, we're building, we're growing, so things are going good. We are also gonna make a few assemblers here to make stators. It's gonna be pretty basic. We're just gonna do 3 of them. They need, make sure they're lined up here real quick. Yeah, they look pretty good. And they have my little attachment on top to connect them all together. So stators, we need pipe and wire. We're not going to do anything fancy. We're just going to grab a belt where the pipe is coming from and attach it. The only different thing we're going to do here is these splitters. We're going to, I don't know what you would call it, maybe tentacles. we're gonna route the belts like tentacles just coming out into the machines. And it's clipping a little bit right here, so let's fix that. But yeah, this is the only real difference. The design is, they're basically the same as the other ones I've done in the past. Nothing crazy new. Bring the pipe over here. Looking good. Now we just gotta get the cable coming over here. And we're gonna use that, I don't know if you guys have seen it, the mini lift method. Just spin it around. You can't see it, but there it is. We're gonna wrap the conveyor belt around the whole copper towers and then get it back over there to the assemblers. I do want to make the episode shorter. The problem is that I do a lot of different stuff, and sometimes you call it distractions because I'm focused on one thing, then I have to go grab supplies, and then I end up doing something else, and I feel like we're just doing a lot, you know? And so it's hard to just stick to one thing sometimes. I can't help it. I'm running by a machine and I see something that could be a problem and I want to fix it. I want to look at it, see how it's running. But I don't know. We're getting a lot done, which I think is entertaining. It's the entertaining part, the building aspect of the show. So that's what I'm trying to show, you know? Again, like I've said in the past, if you got any suggestions, bring them on. They are very welcome. So like I said, with these assemblers, I made them with a little attachment so I can just hook them all up kind of together. I don't love it because it kind of looks like the wire gets in the way of the machine, but whatever. We'll change it in the future. We're going to finish these assemblers up by adding a storage. Add a couple foundations. That way they have somewhere to go. No, put that in backwards. Alright, good. Now they can keep building for a while. And they are in full production. Okay, so we are here at our original coal power generator plant. As you can see, we are pretty close to the max right now. So that's something we're going to do today. fix our max power. Let's take a look at Lizzie here, see how she's doing. Got me a little piece of Sam, thank you. They won't eat anything anymore, right? Once you've tamed them. Let's see. You want a snack, Lizzie, or no? I don't think so. You're just gonna ignore it? Yeah, you are. Alright, well, we'll leave it here. See you later. Yeah, so the ingots right there being stalled is kind of weird, but I don't know if you saw them right there, but we'll look at that in a different time when we're not busy. Right now I want to go to this area over here where this lake is. It's a very common place where a lot of people build their coal power plants because there should be a bunch of coal nearby. It looks nice. I really like this area. Looks really pretty. But let's check real quick where all the coal is. Yeah, it's right there. So it makes sense. Makes sense that people will build something like that here. It seems like it would be so refreshing to be able to jump into this lake. Let's see if we have any fauna around here guarding anything. Oh, there's a spitter right there. Turn you into fertilizer, brother. Got a little cave right here. Wonder if it gets bigger or if it's just one of those mini caves. Nice, it's just a little cave.
Your waves lap at our shores. When will you land?
I've been landed. I don't know what you're talking about.
The voiceless effigy creates bodies in their waves but does not notice the shore. Is our melody not beautiful?
No, your voice sounds kind of demonic, so I would not say it's beautiful.
Your shallow song has no rhythm. The river erodes our temples without prayers and washes away our scripture without deepening. Consume.
I am consuming, but you are correct. I do not have very much rhythm. I'm a terrible dancer.
They are somehow organically emulating human speech. Fascinating. Continue exposing yourself to alien artifacts.
Sure, Ada, whatever you say. I want to see exactly where that coal is, so let's find that real quick. Here it is. Unfortunately, we got that big old rock right there. Oh, another spitter. I think that one took 3 hits to kill. Interesting. Is there another one? Yep, there's another one. Yeah, that took 3 hits, huh? I didn't realize that the yellow ones were slightly weaker than the black ones, black and green ones. Alright, let's put down a miner right here, just to kind of mark our territory, I guess you could say. Get this out of the way. And we're gonna do kind of the same thing we did at the other coal power plant. But we are gonna change the designs up a little bit. These foundations are just to kind of guide where I'm gonna put these pillars. I want it to just be pillars all the way down, so we'll set these down, get rid of the foundations, and then we will extend the pillars downward. That way it'll look more normal, but they're also perfectly lined up for whenever we put foundations up at the top. Sweet. Okay, now we're gonna extend it upwards because we need more height on the water for the water pressure. So let's extend this up. Sweet. And we're gonna put the coal generators over here. Lock it into the world grid. Okay. Oh, I ran out of material. This happens a lot. I just want to put down one of those coal generators. That way I kind of get a feel for what it looks like. And how we're going to organize everything. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's go get our supplies that I was talking about. I'm really excited about this new design for the coal generators. I think it's gonna look really good. Might as well get this Mercer sphere while we're here. I'm surprised it's only one spitter protecting it.
Our instruments echo in the deep. Do they not plug the shallow threads?
Can you hear me?
Crescendo, the effigy found the key. Sing more.
I was not created for artistic purposes. I am incapable of singing.
You sing.
Noted.
You got told, Ada. You sing. Cowabunga. Alright, now let's set up our water extractors. We're gonna put them all together here, but it's gonna be two separate pipes that are feeding. One is gonna feed the top row and the other one is gonna feed the bottom row. So they're not really working together. They're basically two separate systems. They just kind of stand by each other. I'll put down the foundation just to make it easier to work. It's pretty crazy how long it takes to build all this stuff. I guess all of you know, right? You're playing this game along with us. We all are, you know. If you're watching this, you're probably playing the game, but it's just really interesting and crazy how time consuming it is to build all this stuff. But it's definitely there's definitely a learning curve to it. You figure out how to do it faster, and once you have a design in your head that you know you want to do and follow, it's easier and it's faster because you already know what you want to do. But when you change a design, you have to tinker with it a lot and figure it out. and it takes a long time. Like right there, it was morning-ish, and now it's afternoon-ish. And it's because of that, like I had to tinker with it a lot. Anyways, this is the basic design. And now we got our foundations up here. It's all lined up properly. This is where the pipe will go through the foundation. We'll set our fluid buffers down. That looks the best in my opinion. Good. What's your favorite part about this game? Is it just getting, is it like going through the phases? Is it the building? Is it the exploration? All of it together? What's your favorite part? I really eventually want to make a design where it looks more like a water tower. Not exactly like it, but very similar. So hopefully eventually I can figure out a good way to do that. Alright, let's get rid of this and set down more of these foundations properly so we can start with the design of the new power plant. Now, you guys know that, well, before I get into that, all this is going to be basically the same. It will change on the second floor, but this will be basically the same as the original power plant. The water comes in from the back, and the front gets fed with the front is fed with the coal. So water comes in from the back, coal goes in from the front. Now we got a new architectural design deal. The painted beam. You guys know I've been complaining a lot about the pillars, so now that I figured out that I could use this freaking beam, it's really cool. I love this thing. The design, the way that we can use it and everything, it's great. I really like it. And I'm really glad that I was able to get it for this build and be able to use it. I like that it goes up, like the way the build aspect works, the different, like the angular, the freeform, or diagonal. It's really cool, and how it goes up a meter at a time. It's really awesome. I will say I did try this design in my other playthrough, and I really got lucky by choosing 12 meters as the height, because it worked out pretty darn perfect. In my other playthrough I chose a different height, and the conveyor belts for the lifts ended up really like weird and crooked, and they wouldn't line up. So keep that in mind when if you try this method. The height has to be the height that you choose. See how it affects your lifter alignment, your lifter and belt alignment. This covers the ladder right there, but honestly I don't think I'm going to use it a lot, so it doesn't really matter to me. Alright, we got the 4 legs down. And I put some foundations up there just to make it easier to build for right now. But I have to make sure everything is lined up properly. It's kind of hard to see from down here. But let's try that. Oh, but it doesn't work because that pillar wasn't on one of the footpads. So let's try this. I want all the I need the pillars, or the beam, to be on the footpad. At least that was the initial goal. And then I thought about it a bit and I was like, we can create a frame and that should look just as good. So that's what this is. So now, technically, the generator is supported at every footpad. By footpad I mean the little square that's actually touching the ground. So we create a frame along the entire bottom, and then we can put the upright beams anywhere, really. Anywhere that we feel like it. If we put this right in the middle, I think that's what will kind of look the best. Yeah, looks good. It's really cool. I really like that I can paint them too. That way it matches the generator. Now, the funny thing is that I set this upright beam right here, kind of in front of the frame of the lower one. Yeah, clipping towards the front of it. And this one, I accidentally clipped right behind it. And I did not notice. It's probably like that still right now. So eventually I'm gonna go fix that. Like, now I'm looking at it and I'm like, dang, obviously it's off, but originally I don't think I ever noticed it. I don't think I noticed it at all. I thought that was pretty funny. So now we are going to set all the rest of the generators. And we can do that by using control and just slide it over. So let's put all of them down, including the top ones. And I did run out of supplies again. I want to build, we're doing 16 of these generators. Now, when I went out to get supplies this time, I also built some more assemblers to make automated wiring. So that's what this is. Right in front of where the stators are, I decided to build the automated wiring. So this is basically the end of the build. Again, nothing new. That's why I skipped most of it. We just got to put down a storage to start, so we can keep going, keep building. It doesn't run out of space in the machine so quickly. And I think now we are making everything to be able to complete phase 2. So while we are working on the new power plant, this will be going, which is really cool. Gather our supplies and let's get back. Dang, that was a pretty hefty fall. Alright. Now, we have to frame out all of the machines. Thinking back, I really should have made a blueprint of the frame, but I didn't. So, That's too bad. I didn't think I could because I couldn't fit the two coal generators in one blueprint designer. But I could have still done the frame by itself. But I didn't think about that. So I did every single machine again. But come on, that looks freaking clean. I think it looks really good. I'm really happy with it. We're going to install all of these pipeline supports. We set this one down just to be able to put a pipe on it, but then we delete it so that we can install the pipe junction. Connect it in the back. I like to push it back a little bit. I think it looks good like that. It doesn't clip anything, so. Like I said, I put two down here, but we don't need the front one. We get rid of the front one and then install the junction, and this is how all the pipe is connected together. Okay, looks good. And this will be where it all comes in from the water tower. Now, right here on the end, like I need a place where I can put down the pipe supports. So I created a little like mini frame with little triangles for that one side. Now here in between the machines, I decided to delete those beams, and we're gonna just do a gigantic beam all the way, or as far as I can go. Now we have that center, and then we have a beam in the middle of the machines, and that's where the pipe support will be on the upper level. Now for temporary support, to be able to put that second pipe support, whatever it's called, I'm gonna install this beam this way, and that's where the second pipe support will be. But eventually I will erase it because it's just to be able to build that second pipe support. I installed these foundations just because I got sick and tired of falling through and then having to go climb back up the ladder again. So again, just temporary. We'll get rid of all of them when we're done. Two steps forward. And we can attach all the piping. We can get rid of all this excess stuff and install the junction up top. It's funny, I'm doing it really quickly here, but this took forever to figure out. Looking at it now, it's like it's so simple, but It took freaking forever, dude. Luckily we can connect these all the way from the ground with no trouble. Yeah, it looks so clean. It looks so good. I love it. Let's fix this real quick. Of both inlets going right there. Yeah, that looks good. Now we are gonna we're gonna install the splitters. I needed a little bit more foundation. That's why I'm installing the foundation right here to set down our initial splitter that will line up all the splitters. So that's why I had to make sure I got one placed down properly, correctly, so that all the rest will line up correctly. If that makes sense. Now we can just connect all of them with we can just connect all the belts. Now this is the beauty of this part. All we have to do is put a lifter on the back side and it lines up pretty darn close to perfect. Pretty close. I ran out of supplies again. So I did want to show you guys this ridiculous bridge I made. Completely ignoring the laws of physics, but I got really tired of running up the side of the mountain. So that's why that's built there. Now if you notice, we got all of our automated wiring done, which is awesome, but it distracted me again. And so now we're gonna finish out phase 2 real quick, since we have everything, and why not? Everything Coffee Stains did here, like this portion of the game, these animations and everything, perfect.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become available in the hub. These might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent. Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. Just remember to focus on producing and delivering the project parts, and Fixit's faith in you will be strengthened.
Well, I did die once already, but I appreciate that you don't think that I am completely incompetent. But yeah, the animations here, how the sonic boom of the elevator going up moves all the clouds away, and then the elevator deal building itself. It's so cool.
Phase 2 of Project Assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. You will now enter Phase 3 of Project Assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For Fixit.
Sweet. Yeah, I really like all those animations. They look really, really cool. Great job, Coffee Stains. Let's go look at real quick the new stuff we can make. Jetpack, finally, because I'm really sick and tired of falling and having to climb up ladders and stuff. oil processing. That's gonna be fun. It's pretty the oil stuff's pretty complicated. Let's set this as our main for now, so we can get the jetpack as soon as possible. But for right now, we are gonna go ahead and go back to the new power plant and continue our work over there. Okay, we're gonna install the last lift and belt. Cool. Now this is where the water is gonna come in. If I don't set down something right here, it'll clip into the pillar, so that's why I did this. And then from here forward, they can just be installed in the stackable lifts or stackable pipe support. It looks like it's clipping there, but I see a gap, so we're not gonna focus too much energy on that. Sweet. Now, for the coal, like I said, there's a big rock in the way. If you guys remember from earlier in the video. So I bought the Novelist detonator, and I'm just gonna buy some of these. They're fairly cheap in my opinion. I know everybody says, or a lot of people say, don't buy stuff here. I buy stuff here every once in a while, so it is what it is. I know I did say in a previous video that I don't want to use it a lot, and I don't. But in this instance, we're trying to finish up this power plant, so that's what we're doing. So as you guys can see, I already installed some pumps, but the water wasn't reaching, so I have to install a few more pumps. I did already connect everything, just a really basic wiring, nothing fancy. I'm still figuring out how fancy I want to get with the wiring. Once I figure out something real legitimate and good, I'll be more detailed on it, but for right now, this works. Yeah, now we got water going all the way to the top, which we didn't originally. Again, not something I showed because it was just really boring. I'm just like watching the water fill up. Alright, that should be good. Now we can blow this guy up and we'll have two miners feeding all of the generators. There's a lot of generally speaking basic math in this game. It's mostly just adding, subtracting, dividing, multiplying, but it's kind of cool how you have to use it. You have to do some math. You have to figure it out, what machines are producing, how much they're producing, and then how many you need for what you're building. So in this case, the miners, and how many water extractors I needed for all of these guys. And the funny thing is, well, I'll get into that in a little bit, but I always like letting the machines all fill up before I turn them on. So I like letting them fill up with water and fill up with coal. And you'll see these guys turning on now that once I plug them in. Get out of the way, bro. So yeah, these guys are turning on now, which is good. Except for the 4 down there. So the issue isn't the coal, it's not the quantity of water, it's actually the pipe flow. Because I still have the level 1 pipe, I can't get enough water to fill up all 8. I need the level 2 pipe. That's why we are running 12 generators instead of the 16. But as you can see, we got a huge spike in power, which is exactly what we wanted. So here she is in all her beauty, our new power plant design. I can't help it, I'm really focused on the building, the structural building of the machines themselves, rather than the aesthetic of the building itself, which there is literally no building here. But I don't know, that's what I care about, you know? Well, this is gonna be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna keep trying to shorten up the videos. Can't help it though, you know, we do a lot of stuff in one video, and I like having the progress, seeing the progress, so I don't know, I'll try and shorten them up some more as we go through, and we'll just see what happens, you know, so we keep tinkering and keep learning and building and making new designs and everything. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. See you guys in the next one.